Well, Matt, I've been persuaded over the last few days that there is the requirement for somebody with my qualities and characteristics on the P&R committee. It's going to be a very different looking and feeling committee. And the President felt that I could bring something to that. So, and also I can retain my objective of supporting business and the economy from a seat on P&R.
Did you have to have your arm twisted, though, to stand for that role? Or was it something that you willingly agreed to when you were asked?
I spent 24 hours thinking about it. I had given a lot of thought to my pitch for economic development, and that had been in my head for about 3 months. So it was a big switch, but I can say the new president's quite persuasive.
How hard was it for you to decide not to contest the presidency of economic development? Because you were very open about that going into the election. Yeah. You said that's what you wanted to do. You were intending, until a few days ago, you were intending to stand for that role. So in a sense, you must have a feeling of having given up the opportunity to do that role. Well, how does that feel?
Not so much given up. I think the Committee for Economic Development will be in good hands. And this is going to be a much more open P&R. So I think our engagement with the other committees, our working together, is going to be so much more collegiate. And that includes economic development. So I still feel, as I said, that I am able to take part in that. And I'm going to be, I want to be, P&R is going to be a listening P&R. I'm determined of that. And I'm going to be the cheerleader for that.
What kind of picture has the President, Lindsay de Sausmarez, painted for you of her style of leadership, the way she wants to run the committee, how you envisage the relations with other committees?
Well, I think it's going to be very much an open door, very much much more regular communication. I think instead of saying to a committee, so what are you going to do about this? It'll be, what are we going to do about this? We're going to work together. We have to work together. And that's across the Assembly, addressing the serious issues that the island faces: housing, high cost of living, a failing economy. You know, we've really got to get behind these things together, and that involves everyone in the Assembly.
And what are you most looking forward to getting your teeth stuck into straight away? I mean, over the next few weeks or months, you may not have given it a great deal of thought, but what are the issues that you really want to get your teeth stuck into at P&R?
Well, I haven't really given it a lot of thought because we haven't sat down and really discussed how we're going to divide up the tasks. There are many, but one thing I have said is I've always been very, very keen on commissioning out. Value for money commissioning, including to the third sector, really achieving the best that we can from the resources that undoubtedly exist in this island. We saw a lot of contribution towards the Forward Guernsey Manifesto, and that proved that there are people out there, experts out there in the island, who are prepared to give their time and their opinions for the greater good. And that's excellent. We need to capitalise on that kind of approach.
So you're starting your second term in the States. You, as I mentioned earlier, you finished fourth in the general election poll. So you went up compared to where you finished in 2020. But this feels, from the outside looking in, this feels like quite a different States from the previous one. How does it feel on the inside?
I would totally agree. It does already feel different. And I think even from just seeing the way in which the nomination of Deputy de Sausmarez was embraced across the Assembly so wholeheartedly is a great sign for the future. And again today, her chosen P&R committee, uncontested. It's a really good start. I mean, I'm not suggesting that everything should be a pushover going forward, and neither will it be. But, you know, we've started in a very good place.